obi on no yet deputy finance minister. Eba Bonte be catch will say this is a ritual thing. Every government goes through this kind of problem, and he's telling us, say, if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia becomes the president, he will give us a long-term solution to the problem. And this last 6 or 5 months, I can't be. I could for don't be young.
Now, some kind. A chess at your kind called.
How man end this war power? Go and look at the economical lectures. But the can't end this.
And the Bawumia can't say, Bobabi, e-gate, oh, Kuduka.
We need a good leadership. Nanado has failed the NPP. So many things. He came in, he swore to us he will use a discipline, accountability. He failed.
In the next 2 days, my checks by me and my new running meter, then maybe two can go into maybe August. We say in the next 2 days. So when you running meter, anticipate and project yourself to somewhere August. And come on, my big now from the big men from the new patriotic party. The last day to me now catch him was on the 5th of June. I know 2 candidates are come on, my dino, they are leading.
Before the end of this year, if you arrive in Ghana at Kotoka Airport, you don't even need to go to an immigration officer. We are putting together the e-gates. You put your Ghana card, to open for you, and you pass and enter. The e-gates will come into work in Ghana before the end of this year. In Ghana before the end of this year.
Oh, let me cast on MP before opposition mobile call and not me see pain. Didn't you make say Franco? If your master say better to abano, and nipadi do say an electronic gate or never. Never know take grass or electronic gate.
As we are talking today, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the NPP, they are not ready to make sure they will fight against this kind of primary problem. What is electronic gate? Electronic gate to do what? Electronic gate, how people are going through problem, they don't care about it.
So when you are giving, check this person that is asking. He may be a nice man. We may like him, even perhaps most of the people may like him. But is he the type that can hold the power when it comes to us? That is another question. But fortunately for us, now our party has the tradition. We know opposition and we know government. We are mature. Our men and women, they are, I believe, wise. And Ghanaians trust us.
$40 million, $50 million. Go and ask them. A big problem. Go and check the interest rate. NPP take you over. Now the interest rate between 30 to 47% interest rate. That's a scanning and so on. No, the interest rate is between 30 to 47%. Ask yourself, say, it's a businessman. How is a person going to survive? If you look at the days of John Dramani Mama, and Ibrahim Mama, and our contract with Ibrahim Mama. Ibrahim Mama was expanding businesses in Ghana. Ibrahim Mama was employing people in Ghana. How many of them are open companies in Ghana? No more discount and amount for Brew Kruma.
Abushia for Makwaba, Emma Batnase, at the back channel. So, channel did the solid TV. Solid, I did mood to solid, rely on us. Kai Selber subscribe to the channel. No about notification button. I share link. No, yes, sharing is caring. If you move HSA about 90% of your subscribers, viewers, most subscriber, the Mr. Ocean now subscribe, Ocean now subscribe. If you are fee, now I subscribe here, unsubscriber subscriber, and no here pa, never notification button. So, yeah, production at the free Ghana, can studio, say we are. I bear for quantum, Ponfidie, internet at our romantic. Baby will be a Adriana, Yanon, and can studio as you know. Ubinya be play to so. Now I enjoy. How do you feel? So down pem, what to akunyum, now would tear Franco the hater analysis here. And until I'm person me say, subscribe on. Now, na tenacia, na boko. And summer a dafomono. Or say, and a pleasant news for the new patriotic party going into election 2024. And I will be say, Shaibu, I'll be among kind this as and this is to one. Appoint member 1,000 a woman, a beer no NDC in a year. Mahama Tia Kunya, so the name Kuyin Yaka. The MPP na dan ko fa Dr. Bawumia so to na ne man koyi so se e kan wasem. Ana na MPP amanyuku no se omanya mfinhia maako aduasa e wa America. Omo hye ho fa e ma manfo bebre awards. Na awards na chi no a founding member of the new patriotic party Babonte be kan asem bi. Na edis o America na edis America ni edis Ghana ni o America was a President Kufuor afeli oba the video ya che e ba ya di nakakra but another MPP ni a former communication team in the Bono Ahafo region One also say, Bonia NPP Fuedi, Mahama Kwan Nisa Bono. Was it between what Mahama and the President Kufuor de Kamahama is swab for? Abusa for a dear Nekosi. Electricity Company of Ghana, PURC for that Public Regulation Commission for Public Utility Regulation Commission for almost say, and Kanya Omo Babitum, and Kanya ensue. Nampeni say, so onini, ni entimin soa, young fan and come mokashiru. And net dollar, aye 15. And Yama boye diam Petro boye diam, and Kanya so in Naso, yes, I see it too. An election year. As it say, opposition effort for NPP for, and I be a mamuno do, or me of any year. Honorable maids how a kumsin, ne doba, ne babaku, a utu senior is a dinchons and semia. Ya one in film. Now, Crano Abako send me, Franco hater. Ever come where you be doing common. And some way now for a count and ne, and no pay a way and you may. Yet the ever sum will say a content from Solid TV. Me did the shy bula sisi. Me chamwaba, me ba, ye be doing some common.
Finally, my family is free because of Rome Villa Estate. Yes, this estate is responsible for selling affordable litigation-free lands that have electricity, water, and accessible roads. I am so happy.
Higher Solid TV, Ken Studio, Ghana. I said, you know, you know, they're the Bremo. A Diana so Franco Bujanimua now sing. And so a Chimokuni be a massa Diana Bia. Untimikate wuni. The bimu say I don't know warm so omiti because and kwane de meka abofra bi say mekona no hye na se jai was na kwane de ne ensa content no den so a warm so fia no me franco hita akwa ba
Mejo Zumia.
na what is
Oh, Nyamiado, you is also way.
boko
And then Yamias.
abusafo nyina ho
Oh, Bibia Boko, Bibia
eh
Boko.
franco ye kan se Ghana hye no en ne pad mu se Ghana say
And another Philipio.
en ne pad mu se Ghana
So, having a rally was having a rally to Nahito.
na intimibo say it's a election year say any man say time na be sa franco because franco said yes see your donation
Yes.
on behalf of honorable Kenyan was 16 June
And that's your 13.
net
13 days.
yeah
Okay.
franco you back donation now the last time they talk calipo na box near 73 cities
Okay.
and now be say why the cars of so 10 boxes me kaidin and a franco me friend Mammy, I'm talking to say, I 84 per box.
I feel 75 look
84.
Okay.
Na Franco, many paracasa, many paca coinsima. I was sending the sika. Franco me could do Mamma's a new price about 93 per box, California
84 93.
just a day. Let's say, on my bed, yes, she
Really, Tina, I hate so you feel it. Sanity.
and then she said, yeah, lead the beer over. Now, President Kufuor said, now, or update you about COVID. No, I me feel at this time. No, I want a woman, I check COVID.
No. Does he see it? Does he feel it?
Let the COVID no bit moving into that.
Yes, does he feel it? Does he see it? That should be the next line of questioning. There is a president, he virtually doesn't buy anything. On your shame, maybe I see one more mind Ghana. And to know the whole quarter one toby. And now, once our quarter Calipuasa, you say, what me to a city 1 cup 9 Ghana cities. A city 1 cup 9 Ghana cities. Now, number cut was say for a faultless prayer, and it was 40 and 45 cities. So every blessed day, things keeps on increasing.
Obinko busa. That better be a content can say number 1 more and cotton 650. Busa be a good.
Thank you.
In less than 4 days.
Anyone we do. Anyone
in less than 4 days.
Yes, that's the reality. If the reality hits you, one can say Philippines, you know.
And nothing is showing say you benya solution anymore.
You have Obi Ono yet deputy finance minister. Emma Bontembe catcher will say, this is a ritual thing. Every government goes through this kind of problem. And he's telling us, say, if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia becomes the president, he will give us a long-term solution to the problem. And the last 6 or 5 months, I can't be a good for don't mean your
Pay not some kind. A chess at your kind called Bois. Madame Locan say, so we need Yansan, Cabo said the Okan, yeah, because I will say, I am ritual dinner.
Yes.
And Bawumia do Bawumia say any ritual.
Yes. That's a question. What's about me the long-term policy? I didn't say it. Deputy Finance Minister, why Deputy Trade Minister? Now he has moved to Deputy Finance Minister. Time and end this war power. Go and look at the economical lectures by Steka. I want to end this.
Frankly, and cut topic on, but I say, video. Nanke, be can't see me Bawumia. And the Bawumia can't say, or Bobby, E gate, or Kuduka.
And now catch them, Mr. Bawumia Saminka. I was saying,
what video the might be doing.
In fact, before the end of this year, if you arrive in Ghana at Kotoka Airport, you don't even need to go to an immigration officer. We are putting together the e-gates. You put your Ghana card, it will open for you, and you pass and enter. The e-gates will come into work in Ghana before the end of this year. In Ghana, before the end of this year.
And penny for a my Franco, and the Ghana problem you will see an
electronic gate.
An electronic gate. Say now could do a Kotokawa and immigration phone or the Ghana car Kotoa. Not because into the Ghana solution here.
Electronic gate
and the light pay by Vietnam. Water bill, dollar and 15 cities. Pounds, euros, Yantinka, and near my boss as car walk just a as a sabi. Or beyond that, the also now pay. Now, because a potential president, a flag bearer of a party in government, the solution, a Maya, or fraud. What can you say? And the e-gates, or Kutuka, and our become as much. And you have NPP for or more day, or more Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We have free ever. Sebi, we are penny fool, but Sebi, you are not a custodian of all the brains, all the wisdom.
Oh, how you are frustrated every year. Once why you frustrated. Then link yourself to a successful businessman. Our can nobody fear butcher deba. And what can nobody deba. Now go and look at how the city and the dollar, not dollar, the city at every single moment.
My brother, before you say, or Solanopa, no, what's your wasuma?
Yes.
Also, what's your wasuma? Not all converted,
yes,
currencies,
yes,
or the work you, or the work because or can
yes,
what's so bet my boy now said, Oko first every baby will become, and the penny for you almost say economy, the finance ministry, the headed by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and Jennifer economy or more fine. Of course, we say, Yen Trouble, so you are telling say, digital economy not tough for me, you can't speak about economy. There's a digital and an electronic gate. The years is a kind of electronic gate. Now, frankly, oh, that makes us all MP before opposition mobile cop and not may see pain, may say opposition. On the court, what is time position? The end of my corner say, Franco, she a master say about 2 abano, and me party door say an electronic gate. No, on my mind. Remember, not tell grass or electronic gate. Yet, quiet, Tikumas, and me party door say,
you look at as a leader, you look at the primary responsibility and the problem that the people are going through. Then you give solutions to that primary problem. As we are talking today, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the NPP, they are not ready to make sure they will fight against this kind of primary problems. What is electronic gate? Electronic gate to do what? Electronic gate, but if you look at normal air cost or Ghana, the kind of problem that people are going through, economical, how people are going through problem, they don't care about it. And yomo, once I mobile out here, Calipocrana Wusi, Mona Wusi, and a momo can $40 million, $50 million. Go and ask them, a big problem. Go and check the interest rate. NPP take you over. Now the interest rate between 30 to 47% interest rate. That's a scanning and so on. No, banks or the interest rate is between 30 to 47%. You ask yourself, say businessman, how is a person going to survive? When you profit, you expand the company. No, if If you look at the days of John Dramani Mama, me Debianka, and Ibrahim Mama's role, Yeska, and I contact Ibrahim Mama. Ibrahim Mama was expanding businesses in Ghana. Ibrahim Mama was employing people in Ghana. Mama says, how many of them have open companies in Ghana? Mama was says, you don't send the companies. The go mufi no more discount and amount for Brew Kruma.
Mr. Sabi, I say, Quasiani me doctor say, yet the left John Kuma. I mean, who said politician, dear Moye, because no number yet, finance minister, on your mayor MP. You may be what?
Thank you.
Who said a $2 million fee?
Yes.
And what? Now $2 million. Only a lot investment, a lot of money. And nipple good dialysis. More charging here for kidney infection and then making and your malaria and also be annoying to do. Yes. Only $1 million the number of people a betting a mama called dialysis. Now, Quabraniafa. It's a fashion.
Yes.
Now, Franco.
Yes.
Young catch up your force said they be a number of Kondan Kana. You see, I'm a boy on the 16th of June. A honorable Candy Kwame compare with Japan. Yes, a platform we the promote to Candy Japan. Then a birthday, your Persian kind of fair. Now, the air say, ye in this can you shame. Yes, say, ye here and near my Konyan coffee. Say your panu, say a cuckoo, say a molio, say a biscuit too, say a master too, say a booksu, and more. Piano, Muramon Famra. Not young quiet a bigger donation on behalf of Nabucan. Your person Nabucans who are no teams so say yes. No, a strong base. In fact, Franco, a nippon be a donate. Now, Franco, Mamenchia, Daddy Akamba. Okay, Daddy Kamba. Now, I'm none whom. Okay. Many are by B, and after me, man, be a friend of Mamma Coos or New York. Okay. And was a shaibu. Must be a donating more, a be donated calipo, a be donating shoe, a be donated drinks. Now, more on it, I want a bit. Okay. To Kubusa, one. But to make your man, a brother be, no, Mr. Solitude, but I don't friend solitude. I was a dear, some so, may we some one boy. Also, and I started to all cool problems about what's it 390 cities. Or kinds of media was a bit mutum, and a barco was 500 and something. Chansa could be anti many didn't call us. Some could donate so that they have a channel. Or say, one not catch them, say, one also donated 20 packs of ensure. 10 years, baby will be piano. Not promising, say, dear Mabu. So because young cotton more, young cotton and one. Until number night that even so big made. Afraid be among you, a bimission called you food, you. Number that TV 0543666646. Now, young queen of a fair, where we have a bus solid TV, so and apart from solid TV, yes, sad than Yabe Pisca. Yes, not the traditional TV stations, ya PBS, newspapers, not a cool. Thank you. Now, a month from say yes. Mr. Debian, yeah, can the Japan support? You can't hear new Kunum. You need Jackson or so many. And I be on a campaign. And I say third. In the next 2 days, per my checks by me and my new running meter, then maybe two can go into maybe August. Are they? Me say in the next 2 days. So when you running meter, anticipate and project yourself to somewhere August. That's not the difference. Me say they make a because and come on, now from the big men from the New Patriotic Party. The last day to me now catch him was on the 5th of June. Franco. I'm say acha on the 5th of June. Okay. And you call Canada choir any differences need be so on the 5th of June. I know 2 candidates are they are leading. Okay. Aduchum Napo. So Aduchum Napo. I'm not be surprised. So on the 5th of June, if it is true there, I'm going to so on the 5th of June, Tradia, anybody can become the running. It's also a very difference. Now, frankly, I'm maybe factor the making that you that is the problem. So let's pray. Now, my mind one day now about me only running meet, running meet for them, but the NDC they are leading because they have done the money, Mama. They have Jane or no running meet. Now the NPP to settle on one has become a problem. How to fix the problem is another problem. I was for 10 year bonus. Now, basically, about the country, the NPP, Omuni running meet, party Nimunyo, and now K, China K, and founding members, Kasa, and now communication team members, some Kasa men people. Now, Aquanis will say, it's a party between Mahama and Kufado, Mahama Srabofo. And I didn't know, may Batman ya be video, but may can't send me actual. Oye Ghana ni a okwawotra bruchira awo mutena enyenyenyenyenyenyenye na enya fese awo we no wa tie sika se okoto asase na kwabrane de osan akɔhye boase enne per exchange rate dollar to cedi ratio and for sika nkoto bibi ho invest in land asase de so tone ne the next 1 year over ton times 2 enu nti na me pass asase huni manso me kamfo Rome Villa estate essence ne eda oyibi na the only nyina say enkratasem indenture ne sa plan ay ready ay ready and na won koto asase e Rome Villa emfa so mofom e makwabra ne mma say mediada ya ton sase aton ma Canadian burgers opie na onyamanso meme shaibula sisi me se me fanso nyamanum enkasa nche mo da se okoto asase what a problem ba frame beto miensa yema payment plan wo de won fanya hwea beto fato na nyame boa nasia kosa wo kwa akoton na oton ba ko a sika no we bring because mo ye a proper investment me pay me kan semo Ghana for my investment baby Ghana for my investment baby ada pa abutin de o maka say gold coast so wa munim and they invest one SAS in a room villa for 0592223386 0592223386 kai say and SAS amounts to there a room villa now from the first video that is the founding father no nkoma odi
house. Okay, all right, so the founding father of the New Jersey chapter, and your name is Atabuama. Nana Atabuama.
Yes.
Okay, Nana, so how many years have you been here in the USA?
I've been here for almost 45 years.
Wow, that's a very long time.
Of course.
And have you been coming down to Ghana?
I just came back from Ghana last week.
Okay.
So I know the procession and the problem we are encountering in Ghana.
Okay. All right. So the NPP USA is 30 years. What it means is that you have seen virtually the entire lifespan of the New Patriotic Party here in the United States of America. What are the thoughts that you have to share about this chapter?
Well, this chapter, I'm glad they brought this 30 years anniversary. Why? First, I thank our leaders who fought for the independence of Ghana. And because of that, that's why we all are putting our resources together to build the party. It's like our national anthem, Yenara Assassini, Yenananum Ye Tuasono, and then the Yenso be Biatoso. The party right now, we need a good leadership. Nanado has failed the NPP. Why? So many things. He came in, he swore to us he will use a discipline, accountability. He failed. Look right now what is going in Ghana. The party doesn't belong to Achim people. How many Achim people in Ghana are registered to vote? This is a warning to the vice president and the party officials, or Safumafo and the rest of them. They all need to sit back. I was here when Safumafo came here. When Kufuor came, I was Kufuor, his chauffeur. I drove him to the airport before we win the election. So I know about this party. But the leaders of this city, for this country, all...
Frank, we're the founding father. But there's another MPP communicator.
Okay.
Was Nenia Bra was say, Kwanya MP before America or man, I say a China anyhow. Was it Kwanya in Nipa or almost 3 years here, and now we at 12 feet, we own mansions. Was it Mahama Town? The Mahama is trouble for and see his side video number.
MPP or Mutisui. So almost antenna will be in 4 years. I may say, Ghana for the almost have a go muti. I didn't hear say, and they say, and then, Kayanim crying him say, election season piano, and your mamma go. afei na nyoma say kura anyoma say sometimes abochi yeah aban adwuma me aban adwuma bo so me so aban tu ameka me olon de mienu ametua abochi sika na beba na sika na ayedai asa na abochi mi busa me ho say emantie na mabunu na boys na ye na omo nam no ye nuanom ketwa na omo ni adwuma ye no how do they survive and abochi the level of hardships and ye woman it has reached the highest crescendo. It has reached the highest level to the extent say ubetime share papa panyina or one yiri or one ma no I catch you say Mr. Mama 20 cities yes I me yiri ne me ma ye nidi and that's the level I drew. You say your man poto but for the sake of yentina power na nyoma na ya wia no Ghana nyoma
you don't have any
I'm going to you see
well, there's no proof to that effect.
About if NPP about the party money free o
hey
a man tia no almost start here me nka say o bo bra o ko animu a enye me bo bra me come anim na say me sha say na me bicycle back o ochina mato moto na mato car back a commensurate but then e conform one aban mu about here no almost start here no who the number of mansions who the number of cars now who has the musi kwa buchi na ba na obusan say into market ya ye de mo na buso me so anti 18 years an we na we accuse the NDC of corruption. I am telling you about you on this your program say na now the danko Akufo-Addo aban we e corrupt chair former president Muhammad no I'm telling you a corrupt chair former president Muhammad.
You have to speak with evidence.
You see,
but you can't just make blanket statements.
You see, these are not blanket statements.
No, because you so what's your basis for all this?
Me say these are not blanket statements.
So what's your basis?
First of all,
for permanent
Nansen Ote say Eugene Ahin.
Yep.
Your friend is say ne yere a ona na ware o say o mu ja ware na o je na japadia. About a japadia brantie no onya ma ban mu meye your friend is saying communications director for the president no na o hye enyoma ene sa brantie na nya o busa won say adwuma ben na brantie yi about me say party no mu ne ye wo mantie bi no ma ye no mo ne nam abrochi na say ohun o ma japadia o ma ya o busa won say e de nko na wo ye ntu nya sa kind of enyoma we fa no to nchen nansen
NPP person we are the insida on break 8 ka ba bi edunia for now NPP ni run meet Dr. Bawumia ko na adwuma ne bone bo and ko say party penny for founding fathers sa niam akra nko yi a aja party ase no kwa kata ko pay the party constitution communicators enye kwa na mu defend but now no here bono region wa communicators ba bon they say omo nya adwuma ni biem yes omo so me dey omo nya adwuma biem na region minister rest mo so dey akwa ton excavators he said oh couple with Sanyama we say no of Franco. I didn't know.
Shamu, Mamincho Bibia, na Menkasa is an honor and a privilege to enter into the various homes and offices of people. But Bibia will be a Mamenchiano. Now Menkasa, Emete, Sam no Mabia Juman. Shabu,
Franco,
the kind. J.A. Kufo, if he is a prophet and can come so far the new patriotic party one carbon.
Okay, that's him.
When J.A. Kufo was exiting the scene, and whereby he met the neck, he met big men in the new patriotic party, discussing matters with them. He told them one thing. Was say, Mumfa party in Obia Mushana Mubihuno. Mumfa party in Obia unity yanide. Obia, he thinks about the interest of the new patriotic party, not self-centered.
Okay.
Or no John only here dealing no matter. Yes, I depend somebody say party the man. First of all, when J.A. Kufo made that kind of statement, a lot of people correlated and attributed to already did another damn Kufo.
Also on pen and
I say J.A. Kufo on pen another damn Kufo was same because they feel and think that J.A. Kufo had a preferred candidate, and the preferred candidate, was Alan Kwajoche Manti. And then some of what Kafo already did another damn Kufo winano. And your time, and who rather say no Crebianim and the man of Quine, none other damn Kufo or made the leader of the party.
Okay.
Shabu, fast forward in 2007 in December, they go to Lagos. Uncle Kotuaba. No me sisi ya book pola folk book bimuni sa no mani nyina ya to bani nyina wie ye no. Na na dan kwa Akufo-Addo dem win the elections.
One year
50+1. Alan Kwajoche maintain whether he consulted his people or not. That was where Alan too also started having problem because now paying for no more say Alan should have consulted them before coming at this kind of idea. Alan said there be me na you need them so me I'm sacrificing for you go. Shabu, Akufo becomes the flag bearer and the leader of the New Patriotic Party. And Akufo team play Kitano or the lead party he came into being. Jerry Kain, Akufo will say, and for him to have total control and access to the party, he has to offload or eradicate them. Kwabre Japan, the near thing. So Uncle for so you have issues with the Polafoko. Polafoko was being tamed, said Polafoko Yobia, he belongs to a friend of Alan Kwadochemati to play it safe. Mrs. said you fan to Omoso. Mrs. said you are the two Omoswa. Now the masses will have issues with them, and they will say it's a vote of no confidence. You're going to trouble and as it came to pass.
And even in 2008, Nanado unso can defeat or not causing defeat because now MPs be official or me affiliated to a man penny for now. Yes, thank you. Emma, nipa I don't share constituency problem and to your elections, then people losing.
Thank you, my brother. And you have Sanumana air Kosuniana. Now it tells you, say, if you look into the future, there's a recipe for disaster, chaos. In the New Patriotic Party, I started a pejadeba, but now I'm for things in Yankoso. Now, Sabu, now Ebasan is one. Now, the Danko Akufo-Addo becomes the president of the Republic of Ghana. Before so I'm president, I'm so dear CBI Maninka. Let's think about unity. Let's all come together. After Sasame Kabri Polafoko Ejomokwain, Leonardo Danko Akufo-Addo was too smart, very smart, strategic. He called Comrade Japan back. Now, come first on in the year, Jumano, we ask, oh, there's no problem, there's no friction. Comrade Japan be here, Juma. We will Polafoko this Same Kabri they were off. Eventually, Leonardo Danko Akufo-Addo wins power in 2016, sworn in 2017. Chabu. Akufo-Addo be the president. No more beyond that. Be a mechanic so person who you pay ya maniska na money too. That is why you see the real being of the person. See, my partner work as a USA critically. What say? When you move fast to the Tea Party, and the motive behind, and no man more person who Akufo-Addo has deviated from it.
Party meeting or a day they no crime of our state party. I didn't know another film.
First of all, Open Party back one very democratic. The NDC was seen as an autocratic party. The NDC was seen as a violence party. If you look at how the NDC, the rebirth of NDC, PNDC, the rebirth became the NDC. Even some election, internal election, you could see friction, compounded problems. Now, I can reach out. Francis says, what time it me question about your bono, obedi say kwa iba pa they know your mucha mai. Obeda some not meet now more than 15 hours. Was also person called to say my uncle. And if you listen to John Dramani Mama, was say their party was born out of violence. And so when it comes on listen of violence, you can never underestimate them. First. Now, man from NPP say a crutch for party.
A lawyer for
elite businessmen and confirm bra who has a moves as a crutch for party. And there be no man for us. So party here a crutch for Nkwa. From 1992, go and read the history of the New Patriotic Party. The General Secretary, the party in Paying for us, you could see discipline in the New Patriotic Party. The days of J. Kufo.
Discipline is saying.
Asaibu. You see some point for take a concrete decision. Jeko for time. Jeko can do race shuffle at any particular moment that he wants. Jeko for race shuffle with me too quiet. What for Jeko for Winyano? Because was settled at your 12. There be a Mikasa Sabu. So many people are caught by Bifakocha. He knows the nitty gritty about the company. Quite fast a book on Winyawuni. But so many planets Nasa Kakano way, Kona way back. Always we say, I do an air cost to
but not to free say Nipano a minister or Nako sector. Ebra Kobe Hunson, no in effronti productivity no. Ye nyanasa.
Shabu, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo be the president. Obi to some young Kasami MP Doma. Kokod Memanu, Sputnik was one due diligence. In every serious country, Nkomasaka Dada. But the man told Nakufana here rest of you. Man is one Taporakacha Akufo-Addo said, but won't mean ye beam, then he has to raise a fee. Your coma. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo share forest below for. And a mudim como. I catch him said dollar no. Kwa mo fa so mo $2 and $1. Akufo-Addo comes out to tell Ghanaians to say more be $4 and send them and that's on fine sharing pass because it goes against the economy. Now Akufo-Addo only cabinet minister to go any meeting. Nobody start communicate yaba. Now the cabinet minister puts over $1 million on the politician and pass. Akufo-Addo comes to clear the person. I'm asking a very simple. Are we serious as a meeting? Akufo-Addo the mraba. Wakaya said that be me and $4 and say ho. $1 and before so kasa asem no. Na Akufo-Addo crack clear that. Sabu Akufo-Addo be take over. There's a lot of indiscipline in the NPP party.
Different from
under J. Kufo. You cannot see this kind of indiscipline. And a Jekufo, where Jekufo Kanama for Kawa again, notion. Say Jekufo is even doing campaign for Alan Kwajucha Mante. Let me tell you this, go and do your checks. The day of voting, Jekufo didn't vote. There be. There you talk about one to be. Was say, or no conquer Twaba, no be crack as if you're two man and could be a castle to Alan Kwajucha Mante, sanity with Jay. Shabu, NPP party that Ben who say they are going for contest. Now you see regional chairman, you see constituency chairman, you see government agencies, you see ministers, cabinet ministers, MPs saying they are giving their support to one person.
We see that.
And then another don't quite for Nabi.
But I don't say another. But now the cat chairman being coined also will be Anna.
Shabu,
Franco.
Me say, me big man be. As some American, Yamio Hataso, me say, he wanted to become a national executive of the New Patriotic Party. Take this from me. Or call Kufuor when you could be in Kumubi, you know, Sanana. This is my intention. I still want to be an incumbent person. Also, Conani won't be inquired, you want to beat me about. Nipa is so concerned to be a manari. Or con, when you want to be a manari. But because a hand of God, Akasano, on me, Sabu, you're comma. Because I'm up for many positions in Tino, they use Jubilee House to intimidate people.
The Jubilee House is a Kufuor. Now, Jubilee House, anywhere. President Kufuor to you have been able to make Shabu make my fat Franco dinner. Shabu Akufo came out to tell us, and some of more Kenyano, Efan was no support to candidate to be a Yanocre, or father support to my candidate. Meboa. Now, if you look at quite a far fire to Abano, and the kind of things they see, you can never tell me Akufo would him more. You can never tell me. Akufo one thing. Yes, Abana Yetu, Yantu Petit Meboa. The man Alan Nipania Bon get near Bo. Some cotton in an enclosed environment.
Who was that time the leader of the party?
President Kufuor. But decision there has come from the neck. Maybe a general secretary assigned.
Shabu, let me tell you this. Akufo controls the neck.
How? On what basis?
Shabu,
meet you.
Go and do your checks. Akufo neck a forecast and be on form. He uses veto power in million shade.
And then there are more young parties here and NPP party. A Gua.
Akufo has taken total control of the party. Remember, who is Gabriel Chidaku?
President Kufuor offers.
Thank you. Remember, say, take this from me. Chairman Sabonsu, ye majority the Nifri so Gabriel Chidaku office.
How? Say Gabriel, or a party nuclear, or your leader, or your general secretary, or your part of a neck, by virtue and offer, and a president.
Take this. A substantive minister and a cabinet minister was say. Or to America. Then he has a call from Gabi Ochiyako. Go into your email. Your son will be. We are going to do a merry renegotiation. Minister for Energy at that time.
That's in Bochajako. So he had a call from Gabi. Or call email. We are very negotiation. Minister, I didn't do the renegotiation of the American deal. Gabriel Chidaku did it. And then I make up. Okay. And you mean, and you already did a Yinaka. Your friend say, watch Chadaku. Sabu, Akufo. If you look at Obedisa and Tibet, dear 2 minutes, uncle for now. Akufo the map bottom one, no more Muyan Kuman Shabu, or more good party. No. But there be a name the president may not be privy to because maybe I mean who said president offer say, or so canon or no offer. But if you are president, maybe it will be a boat. I could put up a president or fast for a good partner. If you go Kwaku Century was the first vice. Kwame Century for the first vice. Yeah. Only wouldn't make a problem. There's a serious compounded friction in the region. First vice, and then the regional chairman. First vice on your constituency. Regional first vice. Kwame Century, and over a friend won't me. They goes to meet Akufo. Akufo say won't me a medoba. I said, young can you want to me a medoba? And the assembly, every quack is saying, because I would say, what did come my judgment? Thank you. They goes to next meeting. Won't you me catch a coup for yourself for president in some family region? So your governor, I shall the region. Shabu, we have a for president. You have 6 elected people in the region. Yeah. Your stronghold, your base, they rise to the party hierarchy, telling them, say, their duties as a moyen. They are more discharge your duties. So they are telling the executives and they want to meet them and discuss matters with them. The chief of staff, the campaign manager, the former general secretary who won power for the NPP in 2000 elections
came to the meeting. Omotna no won't me a Yobia send a crack. No sorry, koi. Then would you
Man, so if I'm President Kufado.
Shaibu,
And because of any dog.
Shaibu, another part of discipline woman. Part of discipline woman. And I won't be going to me, Mabon, me can't say, regular time, Makuma could 10 and answer 12 say, I'm the most support to many Baba. How is that possible?
I don't know, Nick Empire, I own to me.
I say, maybe I make a wound. I could follow still control the neck. Now the Casamitra. I could follow is too smart and too diabolic. I could follow him say. So, man, neck any party be too powerful. Or cast my moonfa. Messi, go and do your checks. One cast down for Dr. China, any CNN, they draw a roadmap whereby the party can become robust. Financially, they will be sound. The party will be worthy. Or mon kwa by mon paying for some kwa pace, or mon kwa kufad more, or man one not watching it.
Frankly, Osha the Ecoso South Africa is an ANC.
Yes.
It got upon almost the president. Now, no more would
the Neko Belusu work to
another party. Yes, almost a son, the second time.
We almost on the Neko Belusu or good party. And to mum, the party is stronger than almost Casamoye. So they are bringing a new person on board. Never. ANC MPP, no under Kufado.
Not even in the
may say not under Kufado. Yenta Kufado went Tiasi and say he wants to still control the party from home. Asaibu, if you look at this kind of elections, and MPP pa na shebu ya akra, ma me no papa mo kan wansam de kire wo. E ma kondo is this the same
but from me we say yes so tap nche na oje wo. Per dia me no wo ya tenche ye hu aye discussing. Any dia I can say the founding member. What papa na kire party na ase a. What say Otra America comes 45 years. Yes. And the NPP USA na di 30 years na to no. Wa ba kuma say ko 4,000 dia e kokosi. Enti nanado party mpenfo JF kamu ene ntimu ene dambotwe mu ne Dr. Maunga me campaign omu hu de yehu yana
yeah ha na no kwa na abo video ni check the general secretary of the party December has to tell the president to do reshuffle we have it
yeah
what's a bi mu nya de and they want to send the party to opposition general secretary tell na de danko akufado kwa blanda point MPP hypocrisy double standard and papa kwabena Japan open papa who was punching Baumia Akufo-Addo Kasa Akufo-Addo na mamoni nya papa and you have to do reshuffle because no man ko ya kwabena Japan was number 1 and then once you are muting your terminal and then only Dr. Mahmoud Baumia na ekọ na eba meti akwese Baumia will obey for staff around it
be the dada no
o say
be the dada
no what I mean obenya obi ti say your friend say papa am boni di kire and former energy minister. They always say it's a Kufa that Momo they have issues with it. No man said them quick. No man just a Kufa now one day. What? Makufado, I mean Casam show. Then who's a Kufa the tin treaty. Now again Chinese says how phone will be once a son again. And if there was some bomb Michael Quay, this was some Quay speaker of parliament.
But frankly, I would say Adia air question wouldn't have a party. Wouldn't Mamma Faton, Waunia, JFK. The recent trip are you free America by Ghana?
Yes.
Or back cannot cry the Tone airport.
You need to know.
Or coffee plane.
Yes.
Now plane no but you can't say business class for them saying about there's something before the economy. And party need the MPP.
Yes.
Party general secretary. So come what?
Yes.
Or buy no percent obiti protocol a coffee. Obo and Ghana for can say oh MPP we I say but papa no say Shabu ka first na ka MPP general secretary ka mrofo kwa ho ka ya be gina wa ababa na kofu play no but say person che mo say ade na mo ye party no ye mpe na de man ko deal line as say MPP mpenifo no e the innocent people te JFK kwa to asemu
unde emi ya Steven Tim JFK na na bi do ne mi nya sinchain o me onu mi hu yi Dr. China mo my heart beats for them. They had good intention. I mean, can't some chiro, Shaibu. Nanado Dan Kwakufa never ever supported GFK. Never ever support. Take this from me. They told him point blank. Say, whoa, about what we knew. We general secretary na bebre. There are some things they say JFK in Saka. Time ago, why you can look at the kind of things we're doing. And what about general secretary of the party, the senior administrator of the party? There are some things I said in Setimika. Emma Grass uniform phone who to talk. The money is not giving it to him.
When you go to JFK, ni partner why executing the Juma kama and akọ contest general secretary adi nkuni ene wo hɔ a no for afre no na why you no kosan contract why due diligence enti unim aso mo de ene no e threaten no e fight no to yeah because pull documents na ba enti ya bid why this is what we are going to.
So who are you fighting? It's your own people that are fighting. And you see that is sometimes I have problem. Say your program we na NPP for na frɛ me and I frank oni say person the party no opposition and I frank we are no assign kind na mo say dey atoso na then why are you exposing the MPP? Me I'm not exposing the MPP. Shall baby I'm catch you say me betra ha I want to be objective and sincere. Baby I catch him say over millions and thousands of people are watching us. Me they say I'm very careful. Now me very careful. They say obi to me bo me dim nipa no. Franco bra. Me say na no obi suma me baby me ko nipa de metina lanku sam de me kosi be. Me nim no. Was so solid TV. Was so objective and sincere. So I'm not a mindset and my notions about issues say my son.
Franco etoyi enkania bo akosuri ensuo bo akosuri petrol bo akosuri a dollar akodi 15 cedis. None of the factors can be controlled and managed by the NDC. NPP and ya about 30 minutes directly. About 30 directly because woman the Kramamuru. Na party mun jo meda obo mani
na buy me buy
yeah
na me kwa ko to kalipu obu agasi gate okọ ayedi ase ai supermarket we fe continental supermarket nipa guo timi bia me bisa no me say 8000 am say hey brand say me so ni no abo franco ja hey am yes how no man kra wa am so bo sa de wuti radio ni TV so no anu chabe ento abama MPP no don't come here to come and complain. And as a man I kept mute because we deep. So when deep say it is true. So metina radio so your active campaign says Akufo-Addo is the best person to lead Ghana. He said name me abasa want to be complain. He say I don't know Thomas Massa and yes I complain the crowd to what they na call.
Na Franco me busa say ye busa president Akufo-Addo say president kama na ye candidate no okonum kalipo e man spark e mo no bia no bi and the president would admit to say so akoye na fa kura himself fa be fa ye be iska
bia no ko be no mama ka sam chiro that time we are fear suffer kura wu ye fa ne suffer boache resurrection de ben e wo kasoa o ko kasoa ho na sa suffer no suffer boache wu ho na Akufo-Addo koye ana we na wonu kalipo no bi try so mo ba be ye mockery of him
and this for
ana man for so na num kalipo there he's promoting indigenous Ghana for no mind no let's do it
kalipo shorty.
We say that time, na 80 pesos to 1 cedi. Kalipo 80 pesos to and I'm Kalipo. Kalipo is 7 cedis back. 7 Ghana cedis. Say like I the mark where this item not on 1 cedi 50 pesos. And I say like I have 6 cedis. Sabu, I hope you walk home and mama ko fa some crap my way.
Abuja for Franco, yan share such video we and PURC for about Public Utility Regulatory Commission say Omba we to ensume and Ghanaians and our face no and near ma it do juma coming from the fact say and ye Ghanaians so and yes stable na me pese he videos better 3 yen share now energy minister then time no ye MP or partake a demonstration a course.
City bills. If you are buying electricity and they are having it for free, if your salary, you are spending 60% of your salary on electricity bills, then you understand what I'm suffering. I am suffering from how do you expect the members of the members as a collective to speak on your behalf when you decided to give majority to such a bad government, NBC? Ghanaians should realize that your term matters. Your term matters. Your term matters. When you go and vote, you have to know that the consequences are ahead of you for the next 4 years. The term the Ghanaians gave to John Mahama has shown that they should never trust John Mahama.
Do so I organ higher one, 2012 to 2016. And yes, I do so be now, we you do a CC. Do so I organ higher one. 2012 to 2016. And yes, I do so be now, we you do a CC.
Now, yes, this demonstration. That demonstration, the then candidates, the then running mate, and the party paying for Dr. Mahmoud Bobby, you know, Even nipadom. No say enkane ni nyina so. Na mama so aba abonta ba be kan chen say your 4 months up thermal plans ne beba. But still a lot of demonstration. There is a demonstration.
Beneath the politics lies a matter so dear to Ghanaians: frequent power outages. There isn't enough power for everyone, so many have to live without electricity for hours, sometimes days. It's affecting lives and cutting down jobs.
Because of this power outage, because of the light off every day, it's affecting my business. There's no business for me. It's affecting my children, it's affecting my family, it's affecting everybody.
To demonstrate to the president, please, you have to do something. This has been going on for too long. We have so many stories. 350 megabytes coming from here, 500 coming from here. All we have just story, one action.
But the government says the situation could only improve from April, when it expects new badges.
The ongoing load management exercise as a result of a reduction in available power to be supplied to meet the huge demand that we are experiencing will definitely erode some of the gains that we made last year.
Now you are moving, okay? Now you are moving.
How soon the tables have turned. A decade ago, it was the ruling NDC holding the opposition then in power to account when the nation was hit by a similar power crisis. Sami Dako, BBC News.
Baako di kan hwe eye President Kufuor me no mutim we say some say ECG bills ne kosoro sa videos me say ne aka bo era hwe no Franco shawu enne sabi ese sutro mienu ma ania han ana osun onini hunti odun che na nka da so de boy kashire se sia pa hwe aho kire wo man wo hwe dollar bo enne niam ne de oye mo am hwe from abuchire but ma small bi so nku busa de ebo emra obo kwa aba no wo be send sika mo kwa be say anso to ana me mo mfato se enne mu se Ghana say Calipo me 73 enne Ghana ni bi se okoto 10 boxes me free busa no mo say 84 was send sika ba nkodu wadu 93
you say where was it na ba ka hu no
enne yesa ko to light bill yesa ko to nsuo na yere ho sem ne se senkane ko se ke gina so crampo de kamini problem and then can you so Franco
this kind of issue Mr. Obibia Wuti me there I say me ba be kan I make this passionate appeal me ametia me kasa me NPP always I don't lie about it I'm taking emotions out we NPP ni pa take emotions out Austin NPP take emotions out we NDC ni na Wuti me take emotions out no matter the political party awo take emotions and send let's think about Ghana first Shaibu
Franco
when NPP was in opposition now Utie Semana Air Course that time now Dumso was at his peak a lot of people was registering their displeasure about the power erratic supply in Ghana about for Kasa and Akoya Faso cry like meaning now so and at that material moment as electricity tariffs no board the NPP used it as a campaign tool and along with a grand campaign tool against the National Democratic Congress. One, almost say John Dramani Mama Onyadi, John Mama Emma Dumegu, John Mama Light National, na ye man for the Nissan Mano. The NPP made series of complaints, petitions, and could pay my mind point for Case. Now ye John Mama Crady of the crown resign because for winning what he must say, but we are Ghana Aircon, we are going to a ditch. Now, Shabu, the NPP promised Ghanaians. Say Yanko Poya Naso Mopa Power, they are going to make sure say tariffs or so. We are going to have a stable power supply in Ghana.
Okay.
Shabu,
Franco.
When on the 9th of May 2016, electricity tariffs under Mahama killing Ghanaians. I repeat, Monday, May 9th, 2016, and also in the Atosumo. Shabu Tia was saying the 2016 presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, has noted that the economic situation in the country continues to worsen under the government of President Mahama to extent that the cost of electricity per month for ordinary Ghanaians is now more expensive than the rent charged per month. Now, not say, John Mama Nyadi, Your mama mamona ogun airtime. Your mama mamona ogun e the amount for call how near team. Electricity bill crumple bo e ditch amount for some current dan.
Sebia bosome na ebi e dan no ebi a 300 series ya. Na na do peto che say enne bill no utua 400 ne bo aba din ache they can say rent no.
Thank you. Now Shaibu, fast forward. Oka sa asem wie ye no. In October, Nana Danko Akufo say NPP to reduce electricity bills and provide immediate relief to households and industries. Enini meboa. Nana Danko
Nana ye to about so medi nkuluma. En kan inyamahore en kan abo no. Obetete so. Na waye hyehyeye a ebetima ma enwuma asa gi omo na so.
Yes. Before so na kasa asem no. The now boss have video. NPP to demonstrate against high utility tariffs August 2022. And what's the actual? Meaning he say, before Sakufado ever October, somewhere in August, the NPP did a massive demonstration against the Dramani Mahama administration.
They will say look at me Kobe.
How could
you me say yes started back comes about
okay.
Me namwa be fa kejetia ye du kejetia run about to style be better for my team
okay.
Tata Gideon Boakomo, acquire no MC or a Scormampon, Candy can come, and can come after so I do advise on my opinion on healthy. I just Brown with my tree of condemn, and I'm get demonstration because Paris or Man FM, Ash FM there too, the NPP, some NPP power because NPP no man or more and yet, and I'm watching the work for and I'm on them. Listen to Akufo over here. I will reduce utility tariffs if elected. Nanado. Samo to abamamia ensuo ne nkaniabo metiso.
Thank you.
Ya to abano so amano.
Now this is the manifesto of the New Patriotic Party.
Okay.
What's it saying?
Nanado
they can't
say change.
Yes.
Change. Was it news? Nana Akufo-Addo promises to reduce electricity tariff if elected president.
And I'm going to read what Akufo-Addo said.
Okay.
Or say, if the government cannot or will not listen to the calls for the reduction of electricity tariffs, it is important for the people of Ghana to know that, God willing, if I win the elections later this year, I will definitely war and I will definitely reduce electricity tariffs. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. But say, in the midst of all this, government has been doing little to address issues the PURC has issued as a directive to ECG, but there's a little to indicate that will correct the wrong luxurious tariffs people already suffered. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. So in opposition, Nana Akufo-Addo one can back home. On several occasions, Sir Akufo-Addo was so no opportunity. I'm on the president when it comes to electricity tariffs are on to.
But Sasa Mahama Kwan entity so ye soon ama Benedia ye di a jaja ye channel. Say Mama Suuntia, Yenum Swin Chompe. No, let's say a 12 manner or Bob Teso ama Yahwatoy.
Ain't you Utie another Danko Akufo-Addo Shaibu man boom and I yet
close to 1 million.
Yet 2 yaba the man.
Yeah.
Now Shaibu
Franco
NPP captures power. Capture power. And electricity Kakra, a 1 year Tum Kakra, in 2023, read this for me.
What's it? 30% of ECG's tariff hike take effect from February 1st.
Wait, 31st January 2023. Now the Danko Akufo-Addo promised Ghana for say he's going to make sure say tariffs yentu. There's going to be reduction. Ghana ni humeti nyaton. And no koto lighter. Wait, madam, Jimmy. No person will be a fire. Still, there will be light. Shaibu, be honest with yourself. Be truthful to yourself and your listeners and watchers. And me, this month, last month, me to prepare 450 CDs a day.
Go here. Ohanji chimuko mutosuna. Mama tamu. I stand to be correct.
Yes.
But said Ohanji chimu diasa.
Yes.
At the go.
Yes.
30%.
Yes.
Close to 50%.
Yes. And Shabu, what's your one? Sasa Momoka. Now, what's your electricity for an ECG for now? They give 3 reasons. Yes. Who they say, no mind a quarterly basis.
Yeah.
Every 4 months, they are going to review it. Or more reviewer, they are going to make sure so better too. every 3-4 months. To us, review, we are going to go for maybe 3 or 4% increment. We are going for 5% increment. We are going for this kind of percent increment. Now, wonder you have and a PRC for catchers ECG for they have issues with them. Me kind of trail. Sabu, what's your mocha? One, almost say exchange rate affect you.
And Frank wouldn't say this current library I cost yes, young fast one more pine.
Okay.
May say young fast wedding because water company almost say sa I sign now of own soon and near man almost prefer soon
yes
almost $20
okay
and $1 boy okay and it's abundant no money get $1 now what's any problem here abandon two can any PRC for
thank you
because the SN rate and I'm force or mutumu and I say who control the SN rate one also yeah Juma I said near my SN rate and fall
Shabu Utie ECG for now. One, I'm saying revenue requirement for the electricity industry supply.
Okay.
Total revenue requirement for the first quarter of 2024 amounted to 5.67 billion Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Now, in the second quarter, the revenue requirement is projected to 6.81 billion.
Okay.
Meaning, say, when we have 1.4 billion, and like a first quarter, for them to be in shape, or make my running electricity in the Amanagan and India. One, exchange rate is a problem.
Yeah.
Domestic inflation rate is a problem. And I say, electricity generation mix.
Yeah.
Yes, if one makes and on a boy thing, it's a fast problem. Let's tackle the issues one after the other. Shabu, exchange rate. When NPP was in opposition, Omo Catcher say they are going to build a robust economy. They are going to make sure say Ghana is sitting in the now no video see my man for it.
Sitting hata.
Yes.
CD.
Yes.
3 cities. 80 pesos. Hata.
Yes.
What the CD could do 15 cities.
Yes.
What the dollar could do 15 cities.
Yes.
What the end do.
And you utie ECG for now. Almost say is in dollars.
Yeah.
No more can no more is in dollars. And now the money say if you look at Ghana economic system so that poor one entimin conkin now she said the normal bossy cost and how the dollar is taking out the city of to Americana, then they are forced to make sure so no matter more can be unable to and they have to pass it on to the consumer. I don't know never so to pass it on to the consumer there, then here consumers we are going to buy it. Maybe Shaibu, read this for me. Kaimame.
What's it? Cedi depreciation against US dollar has improved under MPP compared to NDC Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Ona TP what church was saying I was
it Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia vote Obenyabi.
Now I'm
Obenyabi. What's it?
Yes.
So kwanya Cedi no afaso ato form na MPP the idea I change this for there. Na man say brofo na or children or Tiana Brofo can want to so be the city from 1 city. I could do 4 city, I can 40 20%. Now the 40 20%, and I could do 15 cities. Now so dear a change this for the Ghana for 7 so you need answer. You beg the alternative.
And you know my problem about Mahmoud Bawumia.
No.
He's not ready to accept say John Mama administration did better than when it comes to that city issue.
And I did on social media.
Who say?
Who be say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Busa Park was a meter, Amisata. 170 questions.
Yes.
Went to me, Yammy Suma, Ness, in Yakula Bako, Busa Bawumia question. I'm your program.
I'm a program. Tishabu, what's your ECG for ya? Almost quite PRC. Almost exchange rate is exposing them. It's giving them problem. Me say under MPP in Kwana idea 4, especially idea 50. Are you not surprised? They are still, my Bawumia are still defending say. Our economy is better than John Dramani economy. They even brought percentages in depreciation coming into the matter. And now, now could do why to go. Oko fa pen paper so we keep biana. Business one of the man of a pen paper so we keep biana say this is a depreciation. Now John Mama administration was poured already the first Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And I said
Mama tap not lens free. 8 cities.
I got why 9.
Entibo, what I wish for what yes, sabi Jim, yes, ye Nimians, yes, ye Juna and see. Mama Tamna, not say Kofo Tam, yes, and not Lins for 1 city. Mahama, Edia Kwaku 8 cities, yes, yes, Mahama, and now the Bawumia And yeah, I would don't want to blame Mama because Mama. No one yet economics. Mama, what them is that about? Yes, one year accurate. Be a not no far. Sebi. So I can say, sure, about for somewhat take economy daba. One of the free A series, I could do 45.
Yes,
most say, Mama, and
yes, almost say. Omo ade bi o ma work depreciation ni calculation ni percentages bi omo wi a they will arrive so menim say elective mass so say o ma wi no o be hu say ono na na dan kwa kufado ene ba mia administration about the economy is better than we
say 1+1 and 2 unless you are dealing with a different base.
Na me say and now kwa kopa yi ya ma pen paper so work thank you and to ECG for now almost one exchange rate is a problem and check it number 15, 16 cities. Yes, it is running at a faster rate. Every blessed day, now call first one, 80, 90 something. So every single minute, the dollar is pushing the city away. And we can the ECG for some problem back home. Okay. Secondly, I'm saying domestic inflation rate. Shabu, se inflation. Inflation is the rate of increase in prices over a given period.
Yes. Because frankly, Ghana for more bridge. They be among them is human. And what you say COVID, yes, Russia, Ukraine, and after COVID, a diana moton, yet to Musa.
Shabu, and Usha in 2023, not Ghana inflation rate at 37.53. We are in May. In May, statistical service in May, inflation rate at 22.27 in Nubedia. I think we're June 22.27. In February, a rise to 2.8. In March, a 3.1. April 2.7. May 2.7. What can you now be a 22.27% in terms of inflation? Ghana, when it comes to unemployment, you're 14.7. So we figure some bomb under John Dramani Mama 8.5. Now it has moved from 14.7. Now when it comes to interest rate, you're 30 to 47%.
Depending on your bank
oil. So utie nkofo almost say the prices ne both equals at a given rate because inflation it is hitting them. It will cost us here. Say you see kai I say before you 10 Ghana cedis or more down what about first ka remember na 12 Ghana cedis. Thank you. So they are making projections in making sure that for them to succeed, who's a company piano or making a year in the budget. And because this is quarterly basis, annually basis, to the first 4 months, the next 6 months, the next 1 month, sir. And you take ECG for now. Almost say, the age of PRC for no say, inflation with domestic one, and yana papa, it is around 22.27, so it's affecting them. Shabu, almost say electricity generation mix. Yes, if you are a kafa, France, and money, neighbors walk so. There is supply plans, they got them. So they are telling the government of Ghana to increase electricity tariffs for them.
That PRC for
to my community.
But basically, and the exchange rate, I offer something number.
No matter the exchange rate, no matter my boss to the exchange rate. Now, Saibu, what's here almost be a man. Ghana water falls so do the other. Ghana water falls say, hey, yes, so no my carry fair from Sonia, no man, a bocoso.
Calamse,
I say you so no son, no man. Tis I almost catch a buying. Say, I'm buying to make sure, say, almost all tariffs, or make them amount. I want to ask you a question, meet you. Another Sabula sees tax. Not tax or train the yard, papa, the man who train how. Who's that? And he said, ne. I want to ask a very simple question. Is the ECG and the Ghana water, are they giving us good supply of what we want? No. So why should I pay or I have to pay an increase of what I'm not getting?
Because they are enjoying monopoly.
Thank you. And then I'm no say. Over is one. Yes, it doom so ever. Or be to send a program about the council for timetable fabra. Meboa. Or catch us and the the PURC will come out. And that's what the catch or say. What catch ECG for so about 5.8 billion and a billion a million. Yes, Ghana cities because when my first one or Mama Power Electric Supply Akon, they have issues with it. Now, Sabu, take this for me. Now, if you look at 2023 and 2024, when it comes to doom so, your doom lights 4,142. 4,142. Listen to us, what is going to do the
a man of statistics.
You see, a man light 4,142. Sabu, 165 represent 3.98. I planned. ECG for now wanting publicly. Every catcher say light no money issues into Masisi. Now Sabu 165 are Canadian. Now if you look at lights of what do no country Ghana for whether it's from them or it's not from them, I had 3,977. No do 4,142 power outages in Ghana. And in a PRC for the catcher within 1 year. Within 1 year. And not even 6 months. You do light so 4,142. Nasa under President Kufado. Yeah, I find buy and a santin to me case. Modern can see that. What's in the free in the TV? Masen, or Masen, say Nadi. As some more crew are kind in the way new light. As some more kind. Who's my new light? My shadow neck and a normal circumstance. Or shall pay I lines. A free G, thank you. Never Roman Shana, no. But they said, Omco, I own it. Problem ever yet, cassette to say, my shop and my mention through Nano. Or be show your video, or at least NPP, and also old school me. And watch them say, problem, they say, light, no, I'm on where we are, middle bed, and then gay, and all kinds of. As my okay. Some will change him in India doing so no more. And I don't money, Mama. Also, with much church in India. The reason why we voted for it for solution. Yes, not explanation. Not to come and re-echo the kind of problem that we've gone through. Chabu, and the part tariffs are increasing. Me, we are not going to benefit. Because Nansa President who for the country said, Mama plans some Mamma Kubunuan. Would it be a prayer? Oh, my dear, one last thing I could try. Oh, you we are much here be the banner, cancer be light of credit. They said, yeah, Shanty, you are not going to get problems. And no would do me light. Tell me, dear, me say, and now, would do me light. We are 12, almost 107. I said, I found you broom crew. Would do not 3 days, or would do light or expected in the next 3 days. Now, no, stay from so would light 72 hours a day. But you're telling me, say, young two tariffs, mom. Still have to come and pay, but you're not giving me good supply. So, if you look at Isuoswa, go and check a lot of people move here. Chabu, or more water for no. Besides, I do not send a boots with the more. But you might be a tap and so red. Thank you. Obesuka will pay the pipe on Emma. Obo about 1 year is so funny, you be and so muda. But the Ghana Water Company is telling us that they need electricity. I have saying tariffs are a high. Chabu, me, if opposition is smiling at you. Ask yourself, say MPP for power is serious. Are they going to bow out and bow down to PRC for your friends electricity water company for request here? No, so because your election year, that's a 40 or 40 as they are making because the PRC they don't control the dollar to see exchange rate. And you are buying and a banner if you are not able to stabilize even so to me make us an just stabilizes. What do you stabilizer? What means stabilizer? What said the deputy finance minister? What say? This year, 12 or the long-term solutions in the Aba. One cash short term, long-term solution. Sabu, my main kind of crunch now. Now, no catch him saying, Mamma, my panachawan. He said, Mamma, didn't want to die. I'm going to say, Mamma, I've done a great decision. Oh, no, I'm saying, I okay, now, have we moved from the MPP to NDC? I told the person, Maybe you are my NDC. The Basoli TV, I don't speak for the MPP. I think as a Ghanaian, I bring my objectivity out and I tell the ordinary Ghanaian the reality and the truth. Shabu, you know, Master Kano be paid. I will shout for indeed the Shabula Sisi, Franco the Heta, or Tenicano, Austin Bear manager camera, John Watson, a basic video, no, and the pictures, the audio, the beer to which a manager I out there. Kaisa Yame Bois on the 16th of June, just say year court children's home, Kakrebia will piano, Fabra, name coin of a fair. I don't do many schools are marked at China.